Hello and welcome to another Pre-Calc 12 class. We're into section 0.8. This is our fourth and last section on the review for Pre-Calculus 11. So we're almost into the new material. Let's dive into this. So today's purposes, the first two, you should know this by now. It's to get your brain back into math mode. By now your brain should be pretty good at this. You're remembering stuff from last year and note-taking. I promise you, these are going to be the last two times you'll see these purposes on the screen, hopefully. So, yeah, it's repeat, I know. All right, so today we are going to review solving equations. That's it. That's all we got. So, different types of equations. First, let's start off with linear equations, the easy ones. So, 2x minus 5 equals 35. This is pretty basic. Instead of solving this with BEDMAS, you do the reverse. So I need to isolate the x, get it by itself. First thing, add 5 both sides, then divide by 2, boom, done. So pretty straightforward. I'm hoping by now these should be pretty simple. Then you get one like this. Now there's two ways you could do this. You could divide by 2 first, make your life a little bit easier. But the way I would do it, I just expand the 2 in to the brackets. Then you'd subtract by 14 on both sides, divide by 2. You got your answer. Linear equations, very straightforward. Let's try one more example of this. So a few more steps required here. Notice you've got an x on both sides of the equation. So we're going to need to bring it so that there's only a single x that's there. What I would see first is brackets. I don't want brackets. Let's get rid of that first. So expand that 5 into the set of brackets. Then I'm going to simplify the right-hand side. So I've got a minus 10 and a minus 8. Let's just combine those to minus 18. Then I'm going to bring the x's on the same side. So I'm minus 2x on both sides, bringing me the 13x on the right. Then I'm going to add 18 to both sides. Then I'm getting rid of that term by the 13x. And then to get an x by itself, divide by 13. So a few more steps, but the process is still very similar. You're just doing it step by step, getting it all done. Let's try quadratics. Start off with a basic one here. So I've got 4x squared equals 36. Let's get the x by itself. First, I need to divide by 4 on both sides. I got x squared equals 9. Now something to be very careful with when you're doing this next step. So you need to do the square root on both sides to get x by itself, but you need to make sure that you put a plus or minus sign. Because if we think about this, if I do positive 3 squared, positive 3 times positive 3 gives you positive 9. If I do negative 3 times negative 3, that will also give me 9. So when you're taking the square root, you need to put plus or minus, and this is actually very important for our first few units. So make sure you have this, because this is going to be important. So I wanted to specifically highlight that. Let's try one that's a little bit trickier. Again, you get two options. You can either divide by 2 first, or bring this inside of your brackets. I did it in the brackets again. Then you're going to add 40 onto both sides, divide by 2, and then we're back to this. X to the power of 4 equals 72. So I will need to take the 4th root, but again, because we've got this even root, I need to put plus or minus. So just be careful with that. We're not going to do a lot of roots that are bigger than 3. Most of them will stay squared or cubed, but just to give you an idea with something like this. Rational expressions. So something like this. So I've got x plus 18 divided by x plus 7 equals 4. Whenever we're doing something with rational expressions and solving, anything in the denominator is a problem. So if I see a denominator or a fraction or something like that, instantly I want to get rid of that. So in order to get rid of x plus 7, I'm going to multiply every single term by x plus 7. So I take the x, times it by x plus 7. Take the fraction, times it by x plus 7. Take the 4 on the right, times it by x plus 7. This way, with the fraction, I can cancel out that x plus 7 and get the 18 left over. So expand all these brackets, we get this expression. So now what I want to do is I want to get all of my terms onto one side. You'll notice here I've got x squared and I've got x. So the problem with that is I can't isolate the x. It's not like when I had x to the power of 4, I can just fourth root it. If I try and take the square root here, I'm going to end up with a square root x. So that's a problem. So I need to solve this using quadratics. So bring all the terms from the right-hand side to the left. I've got x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. And now you need to factor this. So again, what two numbers add up to 3 multiplied to negative 10? That's going to be positive 5, negative 2. That becomes my roots. Now I'm not done yet. I need to actually solve for what x is. So there's two possibilities. Either the first bracket equals 0 or the second bracket equals 0. So I'm going to end up with two x values. If I look at the first bracket, x could be negative 5. So then negative 5 plus 5 gives me 0. Or the second bracket, I put in a positive 2, because positive 2 minus 2 will give me 0. So I've got two roots, or two solutions to this. And you can actually test this out. Put it in the original equation and see if it works. And you'll end up with the right answer for both of those. All right, in class. So same as all the other videos. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Ask questions, work on the booklet. That's what we've got. So this is the end of review for pre-calculus 11 during pre-calculus 12. So this is going to be the last time we're going to do this. You'll have today's class to work on the review booklet, and I will see you all there.